Actress Amber Heard took the stand Wednesday in the defamation case brought against her by Johnny Depp. Depp is suing his ex-wife over an op-ed she wrote for the Washington Post back in 2018, in which she described herself as a domestic abuse victim. During the trial, Heard testified about the difficulty of reliving her troubled marriage to Johnny Depp. She also recounted the first time her ex-husband allegedly hit her. Depp has denied the accusations against him. For more on this, I'm joined by Dominic Patten. He is a senior editor for Deadline Hollywood. Dominic, thanks for joining us. What did we learn from Amber Heard's testimony?
I think we learned a lot of things that we already know, which is this discussion of physical, emotional, and verbal violence between the couple, as well as what has been introduced more recently as allegations of sexual violence and sexual assault. But what I think we really learned today in the first day of Amber Heard's multi-day testimony in this $50 million defamation trial is that she intends to tell a very different story than Johnny Depp is telling. He has insisted, not since he sued her in March 2019, that he was the abuse victim in this relationship. In an often tearful and broken-voiced testimony today, Heard, the Aquaman star, showed and said, "It was me who's abused," and she laid it out chapter and verse repeatedly with sordid and graphic details that some might want to turn away from, but nonetheless, in front of a jury, can be very compelling.
In fact, a psychologist testified Tuesday that Amber Heard suffered post-traumatic stress disorder from alleged violence that she says was at the hands of her ex-husband. But a psychologist hired by Depp's lawyers testified that Heard was faking that condition and instead suffered from borderline personality disorder. What did Heard's testimony Wednesday reveal about her mental state?
Well, I don't think we've quite gone there yet, Elaine. And it's always important to remember, as I know you know and many of your viewers know, is different sides in these cases, they hire these people to give evaluations for them, and they bring them in as witnesses for them. So Dr. Shannon Curry, who is a non-board certified clinical psychologist, came in for Johnny Depp. She called Amber Heard having borderline personality disorder, exactly the same term that Depp himself in audio tapes played for the jury years ago said that his then wife had.
The idea of these psychologists testifying is something that our audience knows as well. Each side essentially pays to bring in their own experts and paints very different kinds of pictures. But I think, moving forward here, I wonder, Dominic, given the graphic nature of these allegations that have been spelled out on both sides, really, what can we expect as this trial enters its final weeks?
Well, remember, the trial is actually going to go dark next week because the judge had a pre-scheduled conference that she was going to. This trial has been delayed so many times because of the pandemic and other things. I think as we move into the final week, we are going to go deeper into the Heard defense. And let's also recall, Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard in March 2019 for $50 million. After being unsuccessful in getting the case thrown out a number of times, Amber Heard countersued him for $100 million in the summer of 2020. I think most importantly, we're going to have these graphic details as you describe them. But looming over this always is the UK libel suit that Johnny Depp brought in 2020 against Rupert Murdoch's The Sun for calling him a wife beater, a suit that he dramatically lost. And as a part of that, that was when Amber Heard testified. But she wasn't a party in that suit. This time around, it's really coming down to a he said, she said. But of course, if you ask me, there's just going to be more of this because whoever wins, the other side's going to appeal.
All right, Dominic Patten. Dominic, thank you very much.